Most people who start learning to play the piano, the problem isn't lack of talent. The struggle comes from actually not having a complete foundation. They learn pieces, they watch tutorials, and they practice. But even after some time, something still feels uncertain. And sometimes things just become more confusing as time goes on. In this video, I'm going to talk you through what it means to build a solid foundation in piano learning. Not just to play songs, but to become a competent, independent, and comprehensive musician. I'm going to start from the very beginning and go all the way to the intermediate level. At the beginning, most students focus on the right things. You're learning where the notes are, how to move your fingers, maybe how to read simple notation. But what's often missing is a connection to the bigger picture. At this stage, what you actually need is learning how to sit naturally and comfortably at the piano, setting yourself up for the most healthy technique. A clear understanding of how the keyboard is organized, the ability to recognize patterns, not just individual notes, and early exposure to sound, not just visual reading. This is where everything begins. As you move forward, the challenge changes. Now you're trying to coordinate both hands, read more fluently, play slightly more complex music. And this is where many students start to feel stuck. Because the skills are still being learned, but without the clear understanding of why and how. So at this stage, what's needed is stronger coordination built slowly and intentionally, a deeper understanding of rhythm and timing, beginning harmony, understanding chords, not just notes, and the ability to hear and understand what you're playing. Not just get through a piece, but actually make sense of it. Then there's a point where everything either starts to come together or falls apart. This is where many learners plateau. Because now, it's no longer enough to follow instructions or rely on memorization. This is where you need to start thinking in music. At this stage, what becomes essential is understanding how chords function, recognizing patterns across different keys, seeing structure in the music, and beginning to anticipate what comes next. This is where piano becomes more than playing notes. You're making music. When you're learning to play the piano, it can feel like everything is separate. Reading, rhythm, technique. You learn notes, you learn pieces, you practice. But all these things don't always connect. So progress feels uncertain and slow. Here's how I do things differently. While I teach these skills separately in the beginning, they are carefully chosen and intentionally designed to connect to a larger system. They don't just exist on their own. They lead to somewhere. A way of understanding the keyboard, of hearing and seeing patterns, of making sense of music as a whole. So over time, something begins to happen. What once felt like a separate exercises start coming together. And they start even snowballing. And you start having aha moments, one after another. And at a certain point, you're not just practicing skills or notes. You are thinking and making music. And that's when the whole world of music opens to you. This is the approach that I've been developing and refining in my own teaching. And over the past year, I built 2 courses that follow this exact path. In Simple and Beautiful Piano for Adult Beginners, we build a foundation. From the very beginning, you're not just learning notes. You're learning how to understand the keyboard, recognize patterns, and create music that already feels complete. And in Piano Mastery Intermediate, we go deeper into how music works. This is where you begin to understand harmony more fully, see structure in what you play, and develop real independence at the piano. And right now, this journey is reaching a very important point. As Piano Mastery Intermediate comes to completion, its current price of $297 will be coming to an end. and moving to its full price of $495. And for a limited time until May 1st, you can join both courses together. The full path from beginning to intermediate for $500. Now, this isn't for everyone, but if you're someone who really wants to build a strong foundation and build on it to truly understand what you're doing at the piano, this is the path I've created. I'll leave the details in the description